Welcome back to the PolitBureau. Thbanag Makwetla, the Deputy Minister of Justice and Correctional Services, has responded to Parliament's Ethics Committee verdict, which found him guilty of having violated the Code of Ethics. This is for his non-disclosure that facilities management company known as Bosasa, there's that name again, has installed security infrastructure at his home. He's joining us now. Deputy Minister, thanks for giving us some of your time on a Sunday. So how exactly did this Ethics Committee get things wrong?
Let me first start, Nicholas, by saying, when the story first appeared in the papers last year, I responded to the allegations made there, and I indicated that I actually was considering approaching the Public Protector's office to get the matter looked into and the public's concerns be put at rest. Of course, with what happened is that within the same week, the matter was then brought up raised in Parliament by Mr. Steenhuisen, the Chief Whip of the DA, with the Ethics Committee. And I must say that in a way it was to me a relief in that even as I was contemplating approaching the Public Protector, I was not sure if it was the right thing to do, simply because these investigations involved a lot of money, and I felt that here was a process that was going to thoroughly deal with the matter, and without costing the state any, a huge amount of money as an investigation by the Public Protector would have been. But I am actually so disappointed, and I could not believe the statement that was issued by the Ethics Committee last week, that they found me guilty of having breached the code.
Deputy Minister, it's not very often that you agree with the DA, but your statement saying that you actually concur with the Deputy Chief of the official opposition, saying that the Ethics Committee hasn't always discharged its mandate diligently. But aren't you pretty much frustrated in the same way as the opposition, simply because the decision didn't go your way? I mean, that could be partisan in its own right.
No, actually, I am disappointed and frustrated because of the process. Because of the process. This matter was raised in the Ethics Committee last year. And from there, it has been sitting with the Ethics Committee. Nothing has happened, except that when at the beginning it was raised, I was asked to provide an explanation. And I provided an explanation of what actually happened. And the Ethics Committee went quiet. Up until last week, only last week, so when Parliament was adjourning.
I understand that you allege now that the process is tainted and it was railroaded before the Fifth Democratic Parliament came to an end ahead of elections. That's only 40 days away. But talk about the actual deed. Tell us why. Why did you have that security equipment installed by Bosasa at your private residence?
As I explained in my statement, I approached Bosasa because Bosasa made me aware that they also are not, but that they are also dealing with security, facilities. They don't only deal with catering. And this happened when I met with Gavin Watson, and I made him aware that I had a break-in at my place, and he said, "No, we also do this." I said, "Do you? Please, can you send a team to do an evaluation of the security challenges at my place, because I want to put in an electric fence. Send me a quote." I asked for the service. He didn't offer me the service. What he did is that after they installed the electric fence and, of course, put other things that I did not requisition, the cameras, I didn't ask for cameras.
So who foot the bill? Who foot the bill in the end?
I paid.
In its entirety, even for the stuff that you didn't ask for?
Not for the stuff that I didn't ask for.
So you accepted the stuff that you didn't ask for in the requisition, even though you didn't pay for?
The stuff that I did not ask for was removed. And I've paid for what I have asked for. So all of this, and the committee asked me to adduce evidence, so I must provide the necessary documentation, and I have done that. There is no report of the deliberations of the committee on the matter to say we find your evidence deficient in this way or that other way, or you need to explain yourself in respect to this aspect of your account of what happened or this other. Nothing happened. All I hear is that I have violated the code of ethics because I failed to declare a benefit when I have resisted a benefit. It's such a ridiculous conclusion that the committee has come to.
Deputy Minister, with respect, can you say unequivocally that you didn't have any questions about Bosasa, now known as African Global Operations? Did you not maybe understand that the links were very, very close, not only to the state, but to the ANC, and have one or two alarm bells ringing off when you entered into this agreement, and especially when you saw that stuff you didn't request got installed at your house?
You are absolutely correct. I was concerned, and that's why I was actually surprised that Bosasa would be the company that would want to provide a free service to me when there is this huge rumor that I heard about things that they have done before I went there, which were improper. And I thought that they were actually going to be very meticulous in making it a point that everything is done according to the book and there's nothing untoward. And lo and behold, they refused to bill me. And I plead for
Deputy Minister,
yes.
Let me just ask then. I mean, the one explanation that you have offered that I've seen in the media is that you couldn't find anybody else. Surely the security industry is worth billions of rand a year. Could you have not found anyone besides Bosasa, the company that provides government contracts or fulfills government contracts to a department where you are minister, to do these security upgrades?
You're right. Actually, that's what I did. I actually asked for, looked for a service that could, put that electric fence, because I panicked. I am not always at my premises, and I felt that I needed to put an electric fence around the house. At the time, because it was just after the festive season, many companies that I phoned had, not many companies, but those that I have phoned were not open. That is why the offer by Gavin came in as a real, savior. And I, at the point, of course, acted, selfishly.
Well, what you
acted selfishly. Can I just finish?
Okay.
I acted selfishly, but I was very much conscious that I need to do this deal with this company for this service according to the book. I was very much conscious of that.
So Deputy Minister, it went ahead. What you're describing here, at least in my mind, seems to be maybe a misjudgment on your part, an error in judgment. So what are you going to do now? It's less than 40 days to elections. You're a senior member of the ANC that wants to be re-elected with a mandate. How do you convince South Africans that you, as an elected official, someone that's on the list to go to a national office, will not have this error of judgment again?
Well, the error of judgment on my part, from what the committee has said in its conclusions, is that I did not consider informing the committee about Bosasa refusing to bill me. I only prioritized the president's office. And with hindsight, I should actually have, and they would have
admit there was an error in judgment. You admit that, regardless of the outcome of this
because the good ethics, good conduct with respect to ethics, in my position, it's something that is oversighted from two offices. It's the president's office and parliament. So I prioritized the president's office, and it was an oversight on my part not to also prioritize the ethics committee.
Deputy Minister Makwetla, thank you so much for joining us on PolitBureau. Thank you for giving us your time and explaining the committee's outcome there in your mind. Coming up next on PolitBureau, spinners and spanners. And has Hlaudi Motsoeneng carved a path into the union buildings?